Ever feel like Meta ads are like playing roulette with your money, like a casino of sorts? One day your cost to acquire customer is $40, the next day $60, the next day $35, the day after $80. But if you zoom out, if you take a step back and you slow down, it always comes back to an average and fairly consistent CPA. Let me show you what I mean for one of my brands. We track the 3-day, 7-day, 14-day, and 30-day averages for some of the key metrics. And one key metric that we track all the time is the new customer, not the CPA in general, but the new customer. Because if you're not feeding new customers into your funnel all the time, then you're going to be running out of customers to serve, because there's only so much buying that your repeat customers, your loyal customers can do. So you always need to be adding new customers. So to track the new customer CPA is so damn important. If you're not, start tracking it. So we track the new customer CPA, and we track the 3-day, 7-day, 14, and 13 averages. So the 3-day CPA is $56, which we started to scale recently. The 7-day average is $57, $51, but the 30-day average is $51. So despite how much we spend, we always average around $50 in our CPA. But what most newbie marketers do is they test a bunch of different creatives, a bunch of new angles, and they see, oh my God, my ROAS or my CPA is very high, and they immediately turn off those campaigns or those ad sets. Now, as an expert marketer, you shouldn't be so reactive. You shouldn't be hyper, reactive in turning things off. You should be able to spot patterns, and instead of looking at the daily data, look at the rolling averages, the 3-day, 7-day, 14-day, and 30-day averages. And what you're going to realize is that despite how much you spend, so if this is for example day 0, this is day 1, day 2, day 3, and all the way to say day 30, and this is the CPA, what you might realize is that your CPA might go up, might come down, might go up, might come down, might go up, might come down, and you get the idea. But over time, you're going to notice a pattern, and you're going to see there's a point of equilibrium. And this is what I call the CPA point of equilibrium, or the CPA law of gravity. And once you understand this, you're going to stop stressing over daily results and start scaling calmly and profitably. So listen, marketing isn't magic. It's actually just numbers or physics. Every system in marketing, just like in nature, finds balance. Meta is basically a giant auction, billions of signals happening in real time. And that auction keeps adjusting until it finds the true cost to acquire your customer based on your system. And your system is only 4 levers. The first one being your creative, the angle and the messaging. The second is your offer. What is the product that you're actually offering? Do you have any guarantees or warranties to reduce or reverse risk? Your website, the conversion rate optimization, the UX or the UI, and finally your audience. Which audience are you targeting? Obviously, with Meta's latest Android Meta update, it's all about going broad and allowing the creative to be the targeting of your audience. Right now for you, your CPA might be, as is the case with me, say $50. So that's your equilibrium CPA. Now, here's the thing. No matter how much you try to push or pull, Meta adjusts to restore balance. If you double your budget, the algorithm finds cheaper clicks, but those clicks usually come with lower intent. If you spend less, you get higher intent, but fewer buyers. Either way, it pulls you back toward your equilibrium CPA. So once you identify your equilibrium CPA, stop fighting it. Instead, start planning around it. And this is where most brands get it wrong. They ask, how do I make my CPA cheaper? That's the wrong question. The right question is, how do I make $50 feel cheap? Let's do the maths. If your average order value is, say, $75 and your gross margin after COGS is, say, 60%, that means you make $45 in profit per order, but your CPA is $50. So you're spending $50 to make $45. And so you're losing around $5 on each new customer acquired, which isn't bad actually. It's almost break even, but you're losing money on that order. Now, someone might see that and panic and overreact and turn that off and think, oh my God, I'm losing money. Let's turn this campaign off or turn these creatives off. But no, you as an expert marketer, no, hold on. Actually, it's not too bad because all I need is one upsell or one repeat order or one bundle creation and I am already in profit. That's how the smart marketers think. You can't always control what Meta charges you, but you can change the maths that sits behind it. So let me break it down for you. Profit equals your AOV times margin minus your CPA. So if your CPA stays at 50, if you raise your average order value, your AOV, and you improve your margins, or you shorten the time it takes for people to buy again, those are your levers. And when you focus there, you win, even when Meta stays unpredictable. Let me give you a concrete example. Let's say you sell a $60 pen, but now you bundle it with an ink set and a case for $85, but your CPA remains the same ad, same CPA, but customers are spending more with you instead of just buying a pen. This is what McDonald's and all these other shops do, where you buy a coffee or you buy a burger and they say, hey, do you want a croissant with that? Do you want some water with that? Because they already know that you're spending money with them. They want to now upsell you, so you actually end up spending more, right? So this allows you to spend and your profit jumps from say $36 to $51 because your CPA is still the same. That's what I call buying yourself breathing room. It's your AOV ladder. You're getting customers to spend more with you. You're pushing them up the ladder. It's smart business. Now, the real expert marketers don't really obsess over the CPA. Yes, they track it as I do, but what they obsess over, what's even more important, is their payback time, which is one of the things that a buyer will look at. They look at your CAC payback if they're looking to acquire your business. They want to see how quickly can they get that money back that they use to acquire a customer. So the question becomes, how long does it take to earn back that CPA, that $50? So if your customer buys again within 30 days, you're now scaling with cash flow instead of draining it. Every dollar you put into Meta keeps circulating, compounding, and building momentum. That's when scaling starts to feel fun and peaceful in a way. These are the only 3 dials you need to adjust each week. Nothing else matters. Your AOV, your LTV, and your conversion rate. So you can increase your AOV with bundles and kits. One great Shopify app is the Bundler app. Fantastic, I swear by it. And you can increase your LTV by building better post-purchase experiences, your retention marketing, emails. So if you don't have flows and campaigns as part of your whole brand, then you're absolutely leaving a ton of money on the table. And finally, increase your conversion by making your site faster, simpler, and more trustworthy. Once you control these 3, Meta stops feeling like a casino and starts feeling like a machine you understand. And you don't need massive wins. Small improvements in each of these areas stack fast. A 10% higher AOV, a 10% faster payback, and a 10% higher conversion rate from say 3 to 3.3%. That's a 30% lift in profit without changing your ad spend. That's how you scale quietly while everyone else is panicking and tweaking audiences and trying to test 100 different creators and none of them seem to work. Now, sometimes your system will feel stuck. That's when you change the story, not the audience. You don't rebuild the funnel, you reset it. There's a difference. New creative angles wake the system back up. Maybe one week your angle is the perfect gift. The next week might be handcrafted British quality. The next might be something else. You might even decide to throw in all of these angles at the same time because you have so many different customers, some who are solution aware, some who are problem aware, some who are totally unaware that you exist and they even need your product. It's the same product, but it's a different story. Each fresh angle resets Meta's learning and breaks the CPA plateau. That's how pros play the game. So here's what scaling actually looks like. Calm, steady numbers. I don't chase random daily spikes anymore. I used to. I watch rolling averages, the 3-day, the 7-day, the 14-day, and the 30-day average. If my 3-day dips below my 7-day, I know the system needs attention. If it's steady or rising, I scale. That's it. simple, reliable, and most importantly, emotion-free. I hope you found this video useful. Until next time, take care.